Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with August Rainbow Magic, which was started by Crazy Craft Obsessions. And this month we are doing green. And I have a plethora of different greens that I pulled out. I am going to end up using at least four of these: Bundled Sage, Pine Needles, Cracked Pistachio, and Lucky Clover. I don't end up using the Delusion Shimmer sprays, but I did pull some green embellishments and things, and I do use almost everything, but not those bubbles. They don't end up fitting with what I'm doing, and not that little green tag. I think it says something like every zoo is a petting zoo if you're brave or something like that. But I do have a stencil from Scrapping Reflections that I absolutely love, and I'm going to use that. And I got a couple of pieces of this green wood grain, and then this is a different shade of green. These are from a Textures paper pad that I believe is maybe from Hobby Lobby Paper Studio. And I'm documenting this picture of my son and my dog who passed out cold after moving. So I have my papers, my embellishments, my mixed media, and this stencil, lots and lots of green, and my pictures. So let's see how this goes. So first I'm taped this down with my washi, and I'm going to start with the Bundled Sage and a blending brush and just take it down. I push harder at the top. I do not apply ink all the way down. I want it to look as like it's fading a little bit as it goes down. And for the Bundled Sage, that works pretty well. Mostly it is lighter down towards the bottom. And then I do the pine needles in between. And that also, you can see some fading. Not as much because it's such a dark color, but that's okay. And I love the way this turns out. So I am going to do a reveal, of course, which is one of my favorite things. But see, this is such a dark color. I was a little worried that I wasn't going to like the blend of these together. This is a normal, just throwing it together and doing the things without really paying attention. But look how that turned out. And I love this stencil. You all will be seeing a lot of this, I have a feeling. So to add a little oomph to it, I took the Cracked Pistachio and splattered that generally in the darker pine needles area, and then I took the Lucky Clover, the darker color, and splattered that where I had the Bundled Sage hearts coming down to give it a little contrast. And then I let it dry while I cut my papers. My green wood grain is a 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then I just cut the white around it to give it a matte. And then the darker wood, or that's not really wood grain, the darker one, but I cut it at 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. And I have this chipboard frame that came out of an Echo Park frame collection. I got a bunch of them at Tuesday Morning when they went out of business, and they were like 25 or 30 cents for them. So even though I knew I didn't need them all, I got whatever they had because it was their last day, and they had like 6 or 7 of those still left, and I thought I'd go ahead and get them. And so I pulled this green frame out and I cut it in half. I put it down too low. Why did I not get a ruler or even look over at my thing? I can see right here that that's barely 4 inches. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, so I pull that up and I'm going to move it because you can't even see it. And of course, I'm going to tear my paper. You don't see that, but I tore the paper. Luckily, I moved the picture up a little more than I was going to, and it covers where that is. I did put fun foam behind the picture in that where the frame gap is. And then I'm using little bits of fun foam for each of the 4 corners so that it doesn't dip there. And so I just stick them down and then use a little glue to glue it to the picture because I let the sticky part down to the paper. So, and then I'm just going to start using embellishments. Now, I got this little sloth out of an Echo Park collection, and Echo Park Simple Stories. I think it's Echo Park. It's just a little cute little sloth that says, "These animals are so cute, it's unbearable." And I thought that was pretty fitting because these are They are awful cute. We just moved into a new apartment, and this is the 14th of July, which was the day that we moved. And my son laid down on the chaise, and the dog jumped up there with him. Barely fits because he's a big dog. And the two of them were laying there. Now, had I zoomed in and showed you, it looks like they're holding hand / paw, and it is super, super cute. He doesn't even remember falling asleep. Like when he woke up, he goes, I don't even remember falling asleep. But it was a busy day. He helped me move like a couple of days before that, like we had started moving, and then he helped his dad move because we both flip-flopped sides of the our apartment complexes. And so then after he helped his dad, he came back over to my apartment and helped finish up moving my stuff. So he was tired, and his stuff too. He lives with me. So he was tired, and our dog was tired because it was a lot of excitement for him. He doesn't do a whole lot of excitement. So, but anyway, so he's tired, the poor boys. So I thought this was a good picture. They're laying on a green blanket. He's got a green shirt on. I felt like this was the one that would pop out better and work best. I don't normally match like my colors from my pictures to my layouts, but since that's the whole point of the layout was to use green, I thought I would have something that I could pull that green from. So I've added like a little Crafter Square embellishment that says peace, and then a couple other ones that are also from Crafter Square. One says love and cherish, and one says cherish the simple things. And then that little dream oval that I put straight on the picture, that came from it's something from American Crafts because I pulled it out of my thicker stash, but it's a flat sticker and not an actual thicker. And then there's like a little, almost looks like home plate down there that I put next to the frame underneath the picture. I was just adding anything green that I thought would work. And then that camera came from a paper studio, and I think that This Is What Matters came from a P13 word phrase that I got somewhere. So, and then there's a couple little ones that came from some small word phrase thing that I have that's got different colors that I'm trying to use. I also added a few little circles. So I hope that you all have enjoyed my green layout. There is a list of, or a playlist of, people who are hopping along down in the description box, so I hope you'll go check them out. I also hope that if you enjoyed this video, you give me a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed, I would love that too. I enjoy hanging out with my peeps and scrapbooking. I hope that you all get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping!